Hello everyone, I am Bharti from Gyan Girls School. In this video, I am going to present the question answers of Unit 5 titled The Adventures of an Understudy from your course book Gulmohar. In this video, we will discuss the questions given in the section titled Understanding the Text. The first question. The game had begun. What was the game? What would happen if they won or lost the game? Here, the game referred to the secret plan that Resendel was going to execute with the help of Colonel Sapt and Fritz. According to that plan, Resendel, who looked exactly like Rudolph, was going to pretend or act as Prince Rudolph in the coronation ceremony in which Rudolph was to be crowned king. If they won the game, Ruritania would remain safe in the hands of Rudolph. If they lost the game, Black Michael, brother of King Rudolph, would seize the throne of Ruritania. Second question. How did Resendel prepare for the role he was to play? The answer is Rasendel prepared himself for playing the role of King Rudolph by taking instructions from Colonel Sapt. The colonel was a very loyal and trustworthy friend of Rudolph. He told Rasendel about Rudolph's past life, his family history, weaknesses, friends, companions, and servants. These details were given to make Resendel well prepared to pose as King Rudolph at the coronation. He was also trained in the etiquette of the Ruritanian court to prevent him from facing any embarrassing situation. He was dressed in the royal costume with a sword in his scabbard, revolver, and helmet to give the real look of King Rudolph. Now we come to question number 3. Which line in para 6 shows that Rasindel feared for his life? Find other lines in the story where Rasindel, Sapt, and Fritz express the same fear. These lines from para 6 indicate that Rasindel feared for his life. I'd like to quote here the lines. I choked down a lump that rose in my throat. Then I settled my helmet firmly on my head and breathed a short prayer to God. The last thing I did was to feel if my revolver was handy and my sword loose in the scabbard. Jacinthal was well aware of the threat to his life due to his involvement in the game plan in which he was going to act as King Rudolph. At the same time, he was trying his best to manage his fears. Even Colonel Sapt and Fritz were also passing through the same fear. That's why Colonel Sapt said quietly, God sent, we may be alive tonight. And Fritz replied, Amen, thus revealing the same fear. Question number 4. Sapt and Fritz put their lives in danger to save the throne from Michael. What can we infer about the relationship that King Rudolph and Sapt and Fritz from the text? Both Colonel Sapt and Fritz proved themselves to be the worthy and loyal friends of Rudolph when they agreed to put their lives in danger to save the throne from Michael. Even in Rudolph's absence, they discharged their duties with utmost devotion and responsibility. The coronation ceremony went off successfully and they turned the table on Michael. Thus, they emerged as the most loyal and trustworthy companions of Rudolph. Question number 5. Does the text tell us why Rasindel would agree to such a risky task? Do you think he was brave, foolish, or adventurous? The answer is Rasindel undoubtedly was a brave and adventurous person. That's why he agreed to such a risky task. He had expressed his thrills at playing the part of King Rudolph. He was aware of the risk involved in playing the role of King Rudolph, yet he was brave enough to take risks. He was he very sincerely took Colonel Sapp's instructions and followed them. On one occasion, he asked the marshal to move away the security guards and tried to go close to the people to generate trust in them. He managed his fears efficiently when he first time arrived at Strelsau and met Marshall and other distinguished guests. The same he did when he interacted with his brother Michael and Princess Flavia, with whom he was engaged to marry. He was frightened of being caught, but he continued resolutely and was eventually successful. He showed bravery in the face of adversities. Now we come to question number 6. Why is the text called The Adventures of an Understudy? Do you think Resendel was a good understudy? Give two examples to support your answer. Here the answer is the word understudy means an actor who takes on a particular role in a play if the usual actor is absent. The text is called The Adventures of an Understudy because it brings out the story of Rasindel, a simple man who, just like an understudy, played the part of a real king in the latter's absence. He looked exactly like King Rudolph and hence was made to play the role of King Rudolph. As such, he was required to attend the coronation ceremony in order to save the throne of Ruritania from Michael, who was king's half brother. He proved himself to be a good understudy as he prepared himself so well for his role with the help of Colonel Sapt and Fritz. The whole game involved a lot of risk it involved a lot of risk to Rasendel's life. He had the fear to be caught at any point of time, but he kept his nerves and faced the situation bravely. Thus, he passed through many thrilling and adventurous moments. In this context, the title, The Adventures of an Understudy, is quite appropriate. I hope you all have understood the answers. Thank you, students.